Hello and welcome. We are joined by a special guest today in this show, Palestinian Ambassador to India, Mr. Abdullah Abu Shawesh. Mr. Abdullah, thank you so much for joining us here in this program. Today is an important event in Gaza and also in Israel. In last 2 years, a lot of people have been waiting for this day. The hostages are being released. There is some amount of hope for peace. What is your first reaction to the developments that are taking place in the region today?
Thank you so much indeed, Shuja al-Haq, for coming today and to extend many thanks to BTI, Press Trust of India at large. It's not only for the Palestinian and the Israeli, it's for the entire for the entire humanity at large. This is very important day. This is a threshold there for in the history itself. At this exact day, we, as a Palestinian, start breathing after 2 years and 2 days for the very first time, again since 2 years and 2 days, to start make sure that there is no more shell, at least in the upcoming days. There is no more airstrikes, there is no more dismembering of our loved ones, and there is no more people will be killed. But unfortunately, with all of this, we're still collecting tens of hundreds of bodies from the streets. Most of it is utterly, totally decomposed, and we did not recognize which body, what is the name of those remains. But again, it's in a very important days for all of us, first and foremost, of course, for us as a Palestinian. And when you tackle the issue of the hostages, our very clear-cut position from the very first ever minute, they should not even be taken from scratch. This is the Israeli hostages. But at the same exact time, we should shed light on the misery of 11,000 Palestinian hostages in the Israeli jail, in the Israeli concentration camp, and in the Israeli military camps. Just to talk about the hostages, because unfortunately, Israel succeeded to zionize the global consensus by making sure that the word's hostages is referred only to the Israeli hostages and removed from the global discussion, from the global discourse, the Palestinian hostages. So we are happy that, utterly, we are happy that the Israeli whom was in captivity in Gaza returned to their family. And again, our official positions, so they should not be taken hostages or in captivity in scratch. Likewise, in the same equal foot, the 11,000 Palestinian hostages in the Israeli jail. We are fair enough to talk about both sides because we are human enough. Not likewise the Israeli who is believing that just they have 20 hostages and the other 11,000 Palestinian is terrorists. Okay. 5,000 of them, those our hostages, is serving administrative detention in the Israeli jail.
The President of United States, Donald Trump, is in Israel. He is going to Egypt after this, and there will be the Egypt summit. What are your expectations from the Egypt summit?
Again, Egypt summit is very important summit just to declare the end, if it is possible, the end of the war. And we hope that Israel accept ending the war, because Israel did not yet accept ending the war. They accept the truce, they accept the ceasefire. But what we are looking for is in a clear-cut declaration war is come to its end. So that the Israeli fanatic, the Israeli fugitive from justice, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, refused to attend this summit. We look forward with the pressure from President Trump, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and His Excellency, of course, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and all the high-level politician who is going to Sharm el-Sheikh to have a clear-cut declaration, war is end, and that's it.
What do you think is the future for Hamas in Gaza now? What are the priorities in your mind?
When you talk about Gaza, we have to issue the priority that, likewise, as you rightly mentioned, and it is future, the future of Gaza. Regarding the priority, our priority was very cluster clear from the very beginning of this war on Gaza. end the war, end the textbook genocide, the televised genocide, have a sufficient amount of humanitarian aid so that no more children will die due to the malnutrition and hunger, and no more family will go to bed hungry. Then have an efficient and sufficient amount of anesthesia and painkiller so that no more surgery will be conducted without anesthesia. And this was happened, unfortunately, during the last 2 years. And there is no painkiller, sufficient amount of painkiller. So the people was utterly suffering. So that this is the priority for us. And the of course, there is many other priority, but this is the very urgent priority to make sure that no more killing, sufficient amount of food, enough anesthesia and painkiller, and all of this. But then the priority, of course, to reconstruction and all of this. This is regarding the priority, but regarding the future of Gaza, Gaza have no future without the Palestinian Authority, without West Bank, and West Bank has no future without Gaza. There is no state in Gaza and no state without Gaza. So that when we talk about the future, we should talk about the peace process itself, unity of the Palestinian territory, Gaza, West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the peace process at large, and the two-state solution, which is the end of the, should be the end goal of the peace process itself.
Okay. How do you see the role of President Donald Trump in bringing together the situation where we are today? He says that he has been instrumental in bringing peace to the region.
We have to 10 days ago, President Trump has a complete different opinion. He had his first term, and we used to judge people based on their attitude towards our struggle. At his first term, he's the one who recognized Jerusalem as the eternal capital of the Jewish people, which is utterly against the international law. He's the one who moved the U.S. embassy to East Jerusalem. He is the one who cut the fund from the UNRWA and did many other things, of course, and closed our office in Washington itself, which the PLO office in Washington. In his second term, during his second term, he declared that he's gonna take Gaza. Then he declared that we're gonna expel the people from there. But he changed his mind, to be very frank, was utterly, to some extent, we can say that in the last few months, he was start to realize that the Palestinians will not leave Gaza under any circumstance. Egypt will not allow the expelling of the Palestinian people. He realized that. While he used to say that Egypt should take the Palestinian, and Jordan stands strong behind the Palestinian president and behind the Palestinian people, and the Arab, of course, at large was stand strong, and he will have no support at all from all around the world except the Israeli occupation in his plan to expel the Palestinian and to build the new Rivera and to take Gaza and all of this stuff. So that he changed. His mind was a change in a positive way. It's a step forward. And we look forward to him as a one who he believed that he can bring the peace to the world at large. We look forward to him to tackle the Palestinian issue from the macro level, not through the Israeli lenses, which means that to sit and to say there is a peace process. This peace process should end with two-state solution, to declare that there should be a two-state solution, and to lead this effort. At this time, we believe that he will deserve the Nobel Prize. But he should again cluster clear, bring to the table the two-state solution, the final solution to the Palestinian question, which is, again, the two-state solution, Gaza Strip, West Bank, and East Jerusalem. I mean, the Palestinian state to be built in only 22% of our historical land.
Washington has hinted that they could be looking at the relevance of Abraham Accords, the way they were signed in the first term of President Trump. What is your viewpoint on that?
Indeed, if he believed that this is the way to the peace, we tried it, and it was there a long time ago, a few years ago. Not only this, there is a peace agreement between Egypt and Israel, late 1970, peace agreement between Palestinian Authority, Palestinian Liberation Organization, and Israel itself, Oslo, Oslo, and peace agreement between Jordan, rhetoric at the macro level, it called peace agreement, but there is no peace in the Middle East as long as there is an occupation. Peace cannot live with occupation. Since there is an Israeli occupation, no peace in the Middle East. Whether you're gonna call it Abraham Accord, peace process, all of this stuff, unless we tackle the issue from its root symptom analysis, problem solving, root symptom. Unless we tackle the issue from its root, the Israeli occupation, there is no peace in the Middle East, regardless of all the effort, that noble effort, of course, to bring the peace, but not through the Palestinian path. Peace came just through the Palestinian path. Peace can be built in a just solution, at least to build again our state on 22% of our historical land.
How do you see the role of the countries around the world in this entire issue?
Let us just back less than 1 month ago. Less than 1 month ago, there was 100. We had been recognized by 149 states from around the world as a state of Palestine. State of Palestine was recognized. And another tsunami led by France and other countries, European countries, whom came to recognize the state of Palestine at the eve of the last UNGA, United Nations General Assembly 18. What this means in international law, it means that the international community is still supporting the two-state solution. But in practice, because yes, it's necessary that there are more than 155 countries now is recognizing the state of Palestine. But all of this mean nothing since the Israeli settlement is expanding day and night. All this recognition mean nothing since the Israeli settler, fanatic settler, terrorist settler, conducting in a daily pace a terror attack against the Palestinians. In a daily pace, tens of terror attacks conducting against the innocent Palestinian people in West Bank, not in Gaza, where there is no Hamas. Tens of terrorist attacks conducting and uprooting their olive trees in a daily pace by those terrorists. So that recognizing the state of Palestine is a step necessary, but not sufficient. So that what did we expected from the international community? Then I will back to India itself. We expecting from the international community is to take a step forward from the rhetoric, the written recognition, to implement it, to put to take it a step forward. And this can only happen by using legitimate, legal, diplomatic, economic, tested measures. Boycott the Israeli occupation. Stop the hypocrisy and double standard. Europe imposed 30,000 different types of sanctions against Russia in the last 4 years. With zero sanction, except, of course, Spain. With zero sanction against Israel after 56 years of suffocating occupation. The international community day and night talking about the two-state solution and saying loud and clear that the main obstacle for the two-state solution is the Israeli settlement. Meanwhile, this exact international community, its market is flooded by the settlement product. This is hypocrisy. This is double standard. You are against the settlement, and you are investing and trading with the settlement. You are against the settlement while you are the ambassador of Israel to your country, to his country, to her country, is a settler.
What do you?
It's very clear. Boycott the Israeli settlement. Stifle the Israeli settlement. Stop investing in the Israeli settlement. You call it, and the international community, the international law, the international humanitarian law, everyone know that it is illegal. And still the international community trading with this illegal. That's it, easy. Tested, legal, diplomatic, non-violence, political, all of these tools non-violence tools, use it. And I can assure you, if the international community, if there is a will, there is a way that if the international community stifle, and I mean it, stifle the Israeli settlement, the Israeli project, the Israeli occupation project will come to its end within less than 1 month. It will finish.
Okay.
But as long as they benefited from the settlement, why they, as long as they benefited and you just, the international community is just raising their voice but trading with that settlement, why they will stop settlement?
And what are your expectations from India?
India had an historical role long time ago, still have a very important role, and we look to India to be with us. We look to India, that India is the champion of the South. India is one, when we talk about reform of the Security Council, India should be one of the key pillars of the permanent member of the Security Council. India is BRICS. India is G7. India is India. 1.4 billion, the first ever democracy. India is big enough to do something very significant in the peace process.
Thank you very much,
Sure.
for speaking with us.
Sure.